Hello and welcome to the Daily Millwall for Wednesday the 24th of July 2024. In today's Millwall news, it's mostly post-match from the game yesterday, and if you didn't watch the game, if you haven't seen it, you may not know where you can get the highlights. Well, obviously the highlights, I believe, they're available on Millwall TV, probably Millwall TV Plus, but Millwall have kind of stopped uploading to YouTube. So if you do want to see any highlights, I would recommend whichever team we play. If you look at the other team's channel on YouTube, you will probably more times than not find something there, and that's what we've got here. We've got Nottingham Forest FC YouTube channel. They've got 4 minutes and 18 seconds of highlights. Apparently Sky Sports have it as well on Sky Sports News, but they just showed the goals, which is about a minute and a half. So this is 4 minutes and 18 seconds. So there you go. And on YouTube as well, at this time, a lot of the friendlies are being shown on YouTube, bizarrely, amazingly. Earlier to this today, Watford were away at Bayern, and obviously I had a look at that because they are our first opponents in the league, and they don't look all that. So will be interesting to see how we fare against Watford on the opening day of the season. Now, so that's Nottingham Forest YouTube channel if you want to see the highlights on that. Now moving to this, some pictures from the game. And it features a few of the fans. If you're in the crowd, you might see yourself in some of these pictures. This is from southernnews.co.uk. All the best pictures, and Mill fans enjoy an evening in sweltering Spain for pre-season clash. Fans were in good voice during a defeat against Nottingham Forest. And there they are. I think that was after we scored. It was pretty subdued and up until then, and then once that happened, the chants and singing did get a lot louder. So there you go. Trips to Europe to watch your side play football don't come often if you're a Millwall fan. It is unsurprising then that 700 loyal supporters soaked up the sun and were in good voice throughout last night's game at the Pinatar Arena as Nottingham Forest beat the Lions 2-1. Here's the best images from throughout the evening. A variety of Millwall shirts on display there, spanning many years. Before the game, pretty much. The two managers. The team photo before the game. Costa Calida, region of Murcia, Spain. Romain Esse in that god-awful kit. It looks even worse when you see it there with its green. Yeah, not for me, buddy, not for me. That was the celebration after literally just that. Like, it's very subdued, very weird. I don't think Aidomo is happy. I think he probably thinks that he should be starting. But we'll see. I think that's the same photo from that was up above, and is after the game. And there you go. So, and now in the rest of the video, we've got mostly post-match comments, a lot of post-match comments from coaching staff and some of the players as well. So this is from londonnewsonline.co.uk, the South London Press's online website. We switched off. Neil Harris assesses Mill's pre-season defeat against Premier League side Nottingham Forest. Mill boss Neil Harris says his side were punished for switching off in their 2-1 pre-season defeat against Premier League side Nottingham Forest in Spain on Tuesday evening. Goals from Chris Wood and Callum Hudson-Odoi saw Nino Espirito Santos move into a 2-0 lead at the Pinatar Arena in Murcia. Aidomo Emakhu pulled one back in the final 15 minutes of normal time, but the Lions suffered their first defeat of pre-season. There you go, that's Aidomo Emakhu just after scoring. Looks incredibly happy, doesn't he? A great workout, Harris told Millwall TV. They were sharper than us for the majority of the game. They looked like they had acclimatised to the weather, having been here a week longer than us, and it really helped. It caught a few of the lads out with the speed of the game and the heat that they played in tonight. In the 4 games so far, where we've been better than the opponents, I praise the way the opponent approached the game against us. I praise my players for that. And the application and the attitude was there from the group, which is the main thing. And it looks like we've come through unscathed, which is absolute priority of the evening. Extended minutes into the players and some good individual performers. A reminder for the players, when you play against Premier League opponents, if you switch off for a moment or are slightly sloppy for a moment, you get heavily punished. Millwall play Murcia on Friday before games against Colchester and Southampton before the start of the 24-25 Championship season. Harris added, against Bromley, Gillingham, Reading and Charlton, we were a better team in all 4 games and showed our level of quality. And I think if you look at Forest tonight, they were a step ahead of us, weren't they? Some of the passing, the movement, creativity to their play and one-touch football was outstanding. I would like to credit the players for their defensive organisation, shape and attitude. We switched off 2 or 3 times in the game and we were punished twice. You can't afford to make those decisions when you go up on the levels. Indeed, that's probably how I saw it. Nottingham Forest were far and away, like they were premium. They were a lot better than us, and it was quite visible to see. And in the second half, when they made the changes, and it was when they took off basically their Premier League players and brought on some of the scrubs, it kind of brought them down to our level, and we got into it a bit more. So that was nice. Now, moving on to this, also from South London Press and londonnewsonline.co.uk. Becoming more consistent, Millwall assistant boss Barrett can see progression in young attacker Esse. Millwall assistant boss Adam Barrett says Romain Esse has noticed that he's becoming more consistent as the youngster looks to cement his place in Neil Harris's starting squad ahead of the upcoming season. Esse started the 2-1 pre-season defeat against Premier League side Nottingham Forest on Tuesday evening and lasted 81 minutes before being replaced by Kevin Nisbet. The 19-year-old made 27 appearances for the Lions last season but started just twice in the Championship after Neil Harris returned to the Den. He's a young lad and he's very talented, said Barrett. There are bits in the game which I think even last year he's learning, and there are bits to do on the pitch and areas not to do on the pitch, and you've got to be careful where you do it. There have been massive improvements in the last year, and we got to be patient with the lad. He's got huge potential, and it's now becoming more consistent. And he's got something where he can do something out of nothing, as we saw last night. And it's now about turning that into an end product. He's a great lad who wants to learn and work. We're working extremely closely with him to try and nurture him through. It's exciting to have him here and enjoyable to work with him. We have to be patient with the lad and do it the right way to make sure he reaches his potential. He can be a game changer for us, and hopefully we can see more of that next season. Esse scored his first goal for the Lions in a 1-0 opening day win at Middlesbrough last season. He's shown glimpses of what he can do, added Barrett. Consistency is going to be a big thing. I mean, it's not just about flicks and little tricks here and there. There's a lot more to the game than that, especially in the Championship. It's a real attritional and very physical league. Romain is developing nicely. I remember this time last year, and the improvements that he's made have been really promising, and we just hope he can continue to do that. Like, if he does, we have a really good player on our hands. Indeed, please remember, he's only 18 years old. Please remember, give him some time. Don't boo him and get on his back just yet. Give him some time, and forgive him for his trespasses as he forgives trespassers against us, etc., etc. However it goes. Now moving on to this. Also, as well as from South London Press. Clever. Training ground work sees Millwall striker score in Nottingham Forest pre-season defeat. Millwall assistant boss Adam Barrett praised the Aidomo Emakhu's finishing their 2-1 pre-season defeat to Nottingham Forest on Tuesday evening in Spain. Republic of Ireland youngster Emakhu came on in the 72nd minute for Duncan Watmore and pulled one back after Chris Wood and Callum Hudson-Odoi scored for the Premier League side. The 20-year-old has netted twice in pre-season, scoring in the 2-0 behind closed doors win over Charlton. It was a really clever run from Aidomo. We've been working on running off the back of people in and behind, where his strengths are. And Joe, he's got quality, as we know, so it's fantastic weighted pass. Aidomo is probably the only one in the team who would have got there with his pace, and he finished it nicely. Like, Aidomo is another one. Like, it's about getting those consistent performances and the off-the-ball stuff. It's really important. I'm pleased for him, and he can have a massive impact. We know that, and with his pace and directness, he took the goal really well last night. and he's another one where we have to keep working and helping him to try and get the best out of the lad. And moving on to this, another youngster. It's all praise for the youngsters. This is from londonnewsonline.co.uk. Again, we have been delighted. Millwall assistant coach delivers verdict on Alfie Massey's pre-season. Adam Barrett says Millwall have been delighted with Alfie Massey during pre-season and highlighted the midfielder's qualities. The 18-year-old played 45 minutes in the goalless draw with the League Two side Gillingham. He also came on for the final 9 minutes of Tuesday night's 2-1 defeat against Premier League outfit Nottingham Forest. Oh, he's another one who stepped into the first team group this pre-season, said Barrett. He's a very, very good footballer, technically very good. Like, he's confident on it, and he wants to receive the ball all the time. He wants to get us going. He's a good range of passing, like athletically. Like, even from last year to this year, he's turning into a man. Like, looking physically a lot better. Alfie's another young one coming through with high hopes for. Like, he's been progressing really well, and he's been excellent in pre-season. I've been pleased with him. We're not getting carried away. There's a lot of work to be done, but we have been delighted with him so far. Sounds good. Now, moving on to this. I think this may be the same thing. I didn't pre-read this. This is from the Southern News, though. So he can be a game changer. I think he's talking about Romain Esse. Is it... yeah, this is the same one. So we'll move on to this, which is from the Southern News, but it's regarding Nino Adom-Malaki. Literally all the youngsters are being praised, so ready to grab first team opportunity following encouraging Sutton loan move. The 20-year-old is eyeing a place in the senior squad as the EFL season approaches. Nino Adom-Malaki said he's ready to grab a first-team opportunity with both hands. The 20-year-old fullback is among the youngsters vying to catch head coach Neil Harris's attention during pre-season. He appeared in the second half of the 0-0 draw against Gillingham earlier this month as he reintegrated with the Millwall squad. Adom-Malaki had spent the back half of last season on loan with Sutton United, where he delivered some encouraging performances despite the club's ultimately unsuccessful bid to stay to avoid EFL relegation. He said his main goal is becoming a better player over the course of next season, but he would also jump at the chance of first-team football if it arose at the Den. Speaking in a virtual press conference alongside first-team coach Adam Barrett from Millwall's training camp in Spain, he said, it'll be a challenge, but I'm looking forward to getting better and progressing my career and my time at Millwall. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. I just want to keep on improving and get into the Millwall team this season. Like, if there's an opportunity for me, then obviously I will take it with both hands. Adom-Malaki played under Steve Morrison last season and learnt plenty from the former Millwall striker at Gander Green Lane. The defender said, I learned quite a lot, like how we played at Sutton was similar to how we played here. So it was good for me to go there as well, and I learned a lot about Millwall, even though I wasn't there. It was good to bring that back here. He really helped me out a lot in my time at Sutton. Like, he would sit me down and tell me what I did wrong and what I could do better, and he really helped me in terms of developing me into playing first team football. Like, he told me to keep my head down when I make mistakes and not to dwell on them. Football mad Adom-Malaki has yet to make his first team debut, but has featured on the Millwall bench as an unused sub on 11 separate occasions. He's currently so in love with the game that he spent most days of his holiday kicking a ball around and desperate to get back in training. He said, having a time off wasn't easy for me, because I don't like time off. I love the game. So I was playing football every day, even when I was on holiday. Fantastic. Now, what I would say, so what did we got? We got, let's have a look. 20-year-old fullback, defender. At Sutton, he was being used as an outside left or a left winger. He is basically at the time under Rowett. We were playing with the wing backs. He was a left wing back, so he is. Don't pigeonhole him as a fullback, as a left back. He can even play in the middle of the park. Like, he scored a screaming goal playing in the middle. He's give him a chance. He could play on the wing. He could be the winger that we're missing. You never know. Now, moving on to this. If you want to watch the Real Murcia game, you can. It will be at 9:30 UK time, so you'll have to wake up early for that. Maybe make some breakfast and watch it with a breakfast. So yeah, you can watch the Lions take on Real Murcia on Millwall TV. This is from millwallfc.co.uk. Lions fans not heading to Spain can watch Neil Harris's side take on Real Murcia on Millwall TV for £5.99. Millwall take on the Spanish outfit at the Pinatar Arena on Friday the 26th of July. Kick off at 9:30am UK time, 10:30am local time, with match passes now available to buy. Check out the streaming passes below, including subscriptions to Millwall TV, plus the home of Millwall content. Again, if you did not see it, tickets will go off. This is an all-ticket match. Tickets will go off sale 24 hours before the game kicks off. Yes, bizarrely. And because it's on the internet, you can buy tickets throughout 24 hours, 27 days a week. I think it's like QR code and all that bollocks. So what that means is you have to buy a ticket if you're wanting to go to this game before Thursday at 9:30am UK time. So tomorrow, by the time you're watching this, if you haven't bought a ticket, it'll probably be too late. So there you go. Now we're going to finish with this. We touched on this yesterday with the Facebook fan comments, but we've got the actual official match report from millwallfc.co.uk. Under 21s defeat Cray in 5-goal thriller. So if you missed it yesterday, I'm going to tell you again. And here we go. So Millwall under 21s defeated Cray Wanderers 3-2 in a pre-season friendly on Tuesday night. In an entertaining encounter at the host New Flamingo Park Stadium, Rahis Bangura Williams and two trialists scored the goals to fire Kevin Nugent's side to victory. The starting 11 contains 7 trialists, with Oliver Evans, Captain Chin Ockley, Henry Hearn and Bangura Williams lining up alongside them. Cray took the lead, only for Bangura Williams to send the sides in level at half-time, courtesy of a 25-yard stunner which sailed over the goalkeeper and into the top corner. The home side were then back in front after the break, but Trialist G and Trialist B turned the game on its head to win it for Millwall. Firstly, Trialist G muscled his way through to the penalty area before firing across goal, before Trialist B run unopposed down the right-hand side, delightfully chipping the goalkeeper to score. Next up for Millwall's under-21s is a trip to Dulwich Hamlet on Saturday the 3rd of August. Yes, the same day that we're playing Southampton at home, which I don't know how that's going to work. I would assume that probably they'll probably make the Dulwich Hamlet an all-ticket game, because I doubt they would want a load of Mill fans going down the train line to East Dulwich and then turning up at that game. Because if you've travelled all the way into London for one game that kicks off at 1 o'clock, why would you not go and watch another game at 3 o'clock? I don't know, maybe not. Maybe that's not how people think, but I mean, why not? Especially if it's sunny and you get out there and have a few drinks and watch the game. So there you go. Match stats for what it's worth. Trialist A was in goal. He got replaced at half-time by Trialist H. Ollie Evans, Trialist B, Trialist C, Ockley, Trialist D, Trialist E, Trialist F, Hearn, Trialist G, Bangura Williams, and Trialist A came on at half-time. Baker came on at half-time, and Trialist J came on 59 minutes for Bangura Williams. So there you go. Insane. Trialist J. Damn, bro. And on that note, thank you for watching, and goodbye.